If you're thinking of moving to Orlando, here are some things that you have to know.
I'm Dan Ginader, a real estate agent with Weichert Realtors. Real estate can be confusing, but I can assist you. So let's chat for a few minutes about Orlando real estate.
Hey, I'm Dan Ginader. I'm a real estate agent with Weichert Realtors Hallmark Properties in Orlando, Winter Park, Florida. So moving obviously is a really big deal. And if you're moving to Orlando, I want you to know a few things. Directions are a little weird in Orlando. East is north and west is south. So if you're traveling on Interstate 4, or I-4 is what they call it typically. So if you're on I-4 East, you're actually traveling north. And if you're on I-4 West, you're actually traveling south. So it can get a little funny. Most people use GPS nowadays, so it's not a big deal. But if you are somebody who you do look at like directionally where you are, that can be a little confusing. It rains a lot, especially in the afternoons in spring and summer. It rains, for maybe 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You kind of never know. Well, what's great about Orlando is it dries up really quickly because it's so humid here. When I lived up north, I remember that if it rained, even in the morning, you wouldn't want to go outside all day because it was going to be wet outside. Central Florida is the lightning capital of the U.S., so we do get quite a bit of lightning. The schools have a rule that if lightning strikes in a certain distance within 30 minutes, that they can't release kids for 30 minutes. So that means, let's say school lets out at 4 o'clock and at 3:35 there's a lightning strike within a certain radius, then the kids wouldn't be able to get out until 4:05. So that's just something to be mindful of. There's been many a times where I've been waiting to pick up my daughter and I am, just kind of waiting for the lightning. The 30-30 rule is what they call it. So I'm just waiting for the 30-30 rule to be over. We have public transportation in Orlando. There's a commuter rail called Sunrail, and then our public bus service is called Lynx. We have 2 airports in Orlando International Airport, or MCO, and then there's also the Sanford International Airport. Most people will probably use the Orlando International Airport because it's just a lot bigger. Depending on where your visitors live, it actually might be more convenient for them to go into the Sanford Airport because MCO can get pretty busy. We have cross-country bus routes that come through like Greyhound. We also have Amtrak stations. We have sports in Orlando. There's the Orlando Magic, which is an NBA team. And we also have Orlando City Soccer, which is a major league soccer team. We also have some minor league sports as well. A lot of people living in Orlando aren't from Orlando, so they already have a sports team that they follow. That's totally cool. No one's going to give you a hard time. We have art in Orlando. There's the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. We also have an opera, a symphony, and a ballet. I used to have season tickets to the ballet, and it was really nice. We enjoyed it a lot. We have smaller theater companies as well, and a variety of museums. People are pretty friendly in Orlando. I know when I came from Philadelphia, moving here, it was a little bit of a shock that people would like wave to you and say hi. It's like, I don't know that person. Who is that? So maybe where you're from, they're really friendly and it's not a big deal and that's what you expect. But if you're from a place that typically people keep to themselves, it's a little different here. People will say hi, they'll wave, they'll smile at you. We don't have a lot of grocery chains. The biggest one is Publix that everyone seems to go to. At Publix, you definitely want to check out the deli counter, and a Publix sub is delicious. Also at Publix, they bag your groceries for you and will take it to your car, and they don't accept tips. I know in the Northeast, at least the way that it used to be, is people didn't bag your groceries. So when I moved here, it was a bit of a shock. In Orlando, there's a wide variety of churches and places of worship. There's the mega churches, there's the small community churches. There are also places of worship for most beliefs in Orlando. The streets here can have multiple names, like 50 is Colonial, and there's an East Colonial and a West Colonial. 1792 is also Mills, Orlando Avenue, and French Avenue if you're in Sanford. 436 is Cimarron. 441 is OBT, or Orange Blossom Trail, and the list goes on. Well, those are some things you need to know about moving to Orlando. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below, or please feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever works best for you. If you like the information that you received, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, comment. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later.